The king of motherfucking Miami, motherfucker. Spoppy.
Wow. What the fuck?
Well, I think the biggest story is Conor McGregor announced who he'd like for his next opponent. It's usually pretty big news, I think. He says he went up, 145, knocked out the champion, went up to 155 and knocked out the champion. Now he wants to go up to 170, knock out Kamaru Usman and become the first ever Triple Crown UFC champion.
What did Anthony say before? He said, "It's that delusional mindset."
Yourself. Yeah.
I mean, you can't conceive, believe, and achieve. That will take you so far. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry. You can conceive knocking out Kamaru Usman. You can believe knocking out Kamaru Usman, but you are not going to achieve it. I am sorry, and I am not being a hater.
I predict these things.
Well, predict away. Predict away, my friend. Anthony, what do you say?
I say the same thing you said. That's just not. I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder if Conor says shit for likes and clicks and to stay relevant and just get his name in the media. Again, this isn't the shit on Conor moment, but like, come on, dude. I mean, it's unlikely. I don't even know what to say. I'm stuttering over here. I don't know.
I think the reason is because they're talking. Dana even said the potential for him fighting Oliveira, just come back and fight for the belt, is there, right? Mm-hmm. And we talked about this already, so I won't go into it. That could be a possibility, but the reality is I don't think he's going to make 155 anytime soon. Of course, he broke his leg
right now.
And he's bulked up because all he can do is, listen, he's been an athlete his entire life. I've been in the MMA game for a long, long time, but he can't do that now. So he's been lifting weights. He's been trying to stay active and he's bulked the fuck up and he's been eating and lifting and he's got bigger. He ain't making 155 anytime soon. So he's like, fuck it. If I'm going to fight at 170, then give me an immediate title shot. Maybe he is doing what you say, just saying things for the sake of it, staying in the media because it gets clicks, it keeps him relevant, keeps everybody talking about him. He'll always be relevant anyway. But if he is serious,
because he looks big as shit. But he's looked big before, and then
he's very small.
Is he not as big as he looks in his pictures?
I don't know. I haven't seen him recently, but I'm just saying the regular Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he's not very big. Yeah,
no,
I've trained with him before.
He's a very feeble man.
A long time ago, but he wasn't big. And he was at 45 then.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't say I didn't even train with him. I was just there. You know what I mean? At the same time.
Listen. God bless him. God bless him.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, that would make history. It would.
I just wonder if the pictures make him, if he's posting good angles or make him look bigger than he actually is.
Yeah, because you can never get context. Like on TV, 125ers, 35ers. You know what I mean? They look fucking gigantic. And the more ripped you are, the bigger you look. Mickey Rourke told me that's it. He said, Michael, the more ripped you are, the bigger you'll look on camera. I'm like, are you calling me fat, Mickey? You cheeky bastard. That's a very creative way. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Dana would make that fight. However, it would fucking sell. It would sell a boatload. Sure. I think Usman would take it in a heartbeat. I know one thing you can say about Conor, love him or hate him, the guy's got balls. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he would, without question, step in there against him if the UFC would do it. And you never know, because I think that would be up there with Khabib versus McGregor style numbers. That would just be absolutely huge.
If I was Usman, I'd have my manager blowing the UFC up to just
Ali Abdelaziz on the phone every day.
Yeah, every day. Call his bluff if that's what it is, or see if he's for real. Let's do it.
Yeah. What else we got, Harrington?
Well, another big fight booked and is official. Let me just look up the exact number card that it is. Chandler versus Ferguson is set for UFC 274 in May. Guys, got any early predictions on that one?
Go ahead.
I hate that Tony Ferguson's still fighting.
It's almost like Dan Hooker. It's not. It's worse.
It's worse. Way worse. Yeah.
No, but he needs. What I mean is that he needs to step back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I just don't like watching Tony take that fight against Gaethje. Fucking Christ, that was hard to watch. Because I've been the biggest Tony Ferguson fan my whole career. It's just sometimes it seems like Tony got old overnight. You know, like it just seemed like one day he just wasn't the same Tony. But who knows? He's been off for a long time, so maybe let his body heal up. Maybe he's reinvigorated. He says the right things. Stylistically, that's a nightmare matchup though for Tony. It's a tough matchup. So, but who knows? Chandler's had a tendency to be a little inconsistent. So he kind of showed up in the Gaethje fight, was able to take a bunch of damage. His conditioning was there. Fight of the year candidate. But then sometimes Chandler doesn't show up, and he'll have an off round and then finished by Oliveira, kind of with punches. So I don't know. I think where they are in the division, ranking wise, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That fight has to happen as long as Tony's still fighting.
I echo everything you said. Tony Ferguson's a warrior, right?
Yeah.
I could spend 10 minutes right here talking about what a brave guy he is and how exciting his fights have been and all the rest of it. But there's no need. We all know this. Nobody, if you are a fan of MMA, you don't need me to sit here and go on about how fucking great he is and what a great service he's given to this sport, the great memories and all the rest, because we know every time he fights, it's fucking must-see TV. Mm-hmm. But that's the problem. You can't fight like that forever. That comes at a price. And generally what he would do, because the first rounds were never fun for Tony Ferguson. He'd always have to go through that fire. He'd always weather the storm, and not that he's not technical, because it's sounding like I'm saying that, but I'm not saying that. But he would often take a lot of damage, and then he would turn it around. He would weather the storm and then finish them. He would make it so exciting. But when you have that kind of style, eventually it's going to catch up with you. You cannot. The idea is to hit and not get hit. And people love the fighters like Tony Ferguson, or even a Michael Chandler, or just engaging that go out and take fucking damage and are absolute warriors. And we love that. And the sport was built on people like that. However, everything has a sell-by date, an expiration date, and eventually it's going to catch up.